see what's going to come out today. Different deck. Queen deck. Feels good. Judgment coming out here. You're not going to be able to see these. They're highly reflective cards, so you're not going to see them well. Five of Wands. Competition. Death reverse. That came flying out. Seven of Cups tried to come out earlier and just came out again. The final countdown. Just feels like it's like the Ten of Swords reverse. Four of Pentacles reverse. I'm going to have that song stuck in my head, the final countdown song. Queen of Pentacles upright. A Tower reversed. Oh! That was Page of Wands. Came flying out. And then the Magician sideways. Kind of like the Magician's almost looking like the hands of a clock, more or less here. It's almost like the Wheel of Fate, and it's a clock. The Magician hasn't really made up his mind where he wanted to put that, what hour it is. It's almost like a game, you know, where you get a card and it says you can spin again, or you can get another card, or you can move 3 spaces. Or if you choose poorly, you're going to get sent back 3 spaces. That's what this feels like, what I'm visually seeing here. Like up here at the top, there's death reverse, there's judgment, so there's stagnation, there's lack of transformation. And in the center of it is betrayal reversed. So it's like something happened, a catalytic event of betrayal, and the Magician is deciding whether he's going to be the master alchemist, transmute it, let go, surrender, let the Wheel of Fate turn, Wheel of Fortune here. And then avoid a Tower, the Tower reverse. Queen of Pentacles, so nurturing, abundant, I want to say affluent, but safe. I feel like that's the full vector of options at any painful event in your life, though. Do you transmute it? Do you turn it? Do you surrender? Or do you fight it, the Five of Wands, and then get judgment? It's karmic versus divine. Like, which direction do you take it as the wheel turns? There's a really good song that's on an Irish song collection. It's called Waiting for the Wheel to Turn. Except in this case, it's the Magician is the one who decides. And so we always look at karma as like a wheel that turns around us. This is showing it as it's actually like a set wheel. Yeah, interesting. All right, I'm gonna clear that energy. Every moment is a spectrum of options that we can choose from, right? And how we proceed forward. What are we going to do? How are we going to react, or are we going to respond? Oh, gosh. Yeah, I'm doing a collective. I just did like a really interesting like karmic draw. It was interesting. Like it's that message I felt was eternally true. Like at any point in juncture, we always have a choice. Do we surrender? Look, judgment just came out again. Do we surrender? Do we let go? Do we persist and not change and face judgment? Or do we surrender, release, avoid the tower, and movement? Move forward into our abundant state, our nurturing state. Well, if you are, it's going to be fine out. Okay, fine, I'll take that. No, I'm sure for a lot of people, the last 3 years have made us a lot more comfortable with being uncomfortable. Being more comfortable with, there's the Tower reverse there, Tara, for you. There you go. So, yeah. I actually had a dream last night. It's hard to tell. It was a daytime dream, which means it's prophetic. But essentially, I had moved to like this like really cool location, and things were kind of going well. There was a few unknowns, but I had friends. Like I was connected again. The move hadn't fazed me, and then I was very like in the flow. So like I got on the highway and like missed my exit or something. And then I was like, oh, no big deal. Like, I'll just go to the beach. Like, who cares? Like, and I ended up at like when you get off of a highway and there's like that light where you can go right or left, like off the ramp. I was there and there was a couple cars back, but the car in front of me was a van, and it was like slowly reversing, like trying to hit me in reverse, but in like slow motion. And initially I backed up, tried to get out of the way, but then eventually at some point I was cornered and couldn't get out of the way of it. And then all of a sudden this like red, like just as the car was coming back and scraping alongside my car, this red truck plowed through and like just pushed it out of the way. And then a guy gets out of the red truck, and he's wearing like a SWAT vest, like safety vest. He was a cop. And he gets out to my window, and I couldn't hear him say it, but I saw hit like the mouth. He's like, "You're safe now." I was like, all right. It was a good dream. But I wonder if that was resonant to anyone else. The highway is a really strong metaphor. Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of ready for like some fun tower moments, like pleasant surprises where like someone you thought was your enemy is actually your best friend kind of tower moment. Like, I'd rather really be pleasantly surprised than unpleasantly surprised. I would be okay with that. All right, you guys ready for a collective read? Ooh, get that out of there. Look at the magician. You guys ready? Let's clean the energy here. Reset it. Okay. I'm not ready to share what I was about to share, so I'm going to stop right there. Okay. Let's see what today's energy is. All right. Oh my gosh. They're just flying out everywhere. So 4 of Pentacles reverse, 7 of Swords reverse, Magician upright again, and 7 of Cups. Who fell on the floor? The Wheel of Fortune. The same ones want to come out. Waiting on the wheel to turn. There's stuff coming down the line. And there's the Queen of Pentacles again. This is the 4 of Pentacles reversed. Did I say 4 of Wands reversed at first? 7 of Swords reversed. That's good. Magician's upright. Good. 7 of Cups upright. Good. Wheel of Fortune upright. Good. But then Page of Cups is reversed. So it's almost like, it's like when you're supposed to get a romantic union, but you just get a friend instead. Like instead of getting your handsome knight in shining armor, you get a best friend kind of energy, which is totally cool. Like, it's not the same. It's a Page of Wands versus a Knight of Cups. And that's paired with the Queen of Pentacles. The Knight of Swords, or the King of Swords standing out here. I don't know what that's about. We'll see if he comes back out. Volume is a little low. Let's see here. Want to test it? How about that? Is that any better for you? Okay. One of these days, we should go through the deck, and I should teach you guys how I read the cards, because it might give you a different perspective for those of you who are learning. Okay. Oh my gosh. Tower reversed again. Tara. Look at this. That's the 3rd time the Tower reverse has come out. Volume is good. Okay. Here we go. The Tower reversed. And it's weird. As the Tower reverse came out, the 7 of Cups reversed as well. So it's almost like 7 of Cups sometimes is a frightening card to me energetically, because if you look here, there's a lot of options, right? And not all the options are good. If you were to actually look at the non-shiny version, in one of the cups, I think there's a snake. Another one, there's a wreath. The other one looks like a mushroom. So like, think like extracurricular activities. It's like getting everything is your choice. You can choose everything on the table, but not everything is good. and it's overwhelming. The Seven of Cups, like to me, I see that as like an overwhelming energy. So it looks like the Tower was happening because of the Seven of Cups being upright, and then the Tower became reversed when the Seven of Cups reversed. Which, when Seven of Cups, to me, when Seven of Cups reverse, it means you've pinpointed, you funneled down to what you want. You decided who you want to be, what you want to do, who you want to do that with, and then you're moving on. Six of Swords. There's something about the Page of Wands and the Queen of Pentacles. It almost feels like mother-son, like a young boy. And I don't quite understand that energy. I guess I'll find out more here in a second, but maybe not. All right, let's see here. I want to talk about Egypt. That's all I keep feeling like wanting to talk about. The Hierophant and the Emperor reverse. The Emperor reverse abuses his power. And the Hierophant is like a religious, moral, philosophical character in a position of power. I don't know if they're the same energy or different. Oh, so are these like the blockers? Ace of Wands reversed. Could be. I feel like anytime the wheel starts to turn, there's always those energies that show up in different forms. Like, for you to be able to proceed, you have to go through that process of reconciling those shadows within yourself. All right, let's see here. Yeah, there's the King of Cups. What did I just say about reconciling? That's emotional stability. Sitting in your emotional power, being like water, flowing through it. So when we see these, like, from a spiritual perspective, that everything is a reflection of what's going on within ourselves. So when we see these objective or objecting forces, we go within ourselves and realize that's a representation of our own personal objections and biases, and we reconcile that and flow versus attaching to it. So if I was to say these are forces outside of myself that I must fight to conquer, to overcome, I'll make these bigger. But if I'm in my King of Cups energy here, sitting back, relaxed, flowing like water, I'm more likely to play the observer and be like, oh, that's interesting. Let me go within and reflect on that. There's my emotional intelligence. There's my wisdom. This is how I'm choosing to respond versus react. So it's kind of interesting that here's the King of Swords just showed up again. Logic, right? So when we are emotionally in our seat of power, it's so true. I'm not a psychologist or therapist, but it's true. When we are emotionally dysregulated, right? The thing they teach us even here on social media is like, what happens to the frontal lobe, right? The executive function. It's shot. Like, if we let our nervous system go on its own and do its own thing, we freak out and react. We no longer can see things clearly. So it's kind of beautiful that the King of Cups is showing up with the King of Swords, right? They're kind of an important pair to work together there. Water being the guidance. Water is a beautiful energy. I don't know if that was supposed to be reversed or not. We'll see if that comes back out. Queen of Wands reversed. I am feeling like there's some element of energy coming in, and there's the Page of Swords that almost came out, or the Knight of Wands. Why am I saying Page of Swords? That's interesting. The Knight of Wands almost came out too. So there's some passionate energy underlying, but it's almost distracting. That's why the Queen of Wands is reversed here. This is a lot of, we're coming out of eclipse season, and then retrograde energies. This is a lot of stuff coming up. I feel it like, it's like bubbling up. But again, being able to look at this in a non-judgmental manner helps everything be kind of detached and neutral. Oh, yeah, there's a Fool. It doesn't feel like a spiritual test. It just feels like if you're transitioning, like, let's say you sold your house and you're moving and you're getting all your stuff kind of packed up, ready to go. it feels like the final loose steps, like, oh, I need to make sure I pay these last utility bills. Oh, I need to wipe down the floors, or I got to fill in, the nail holes in the wall. It feels like that. And then boom, I'm free. I'm manifesting into the new cycle. So this is just residuals. Like, it doesn't feel like a thread. It doesn't feel like a tie down. It's just like, hey, take a look at some of this stuff. That Queen of Wands is an interesting energy, especially reversed. There's the Knight of Wands again. He shows up. Don't let that energy, like, if you are feeling that, there's some people that you can get around or be with that are just, they are amazing and it's great. It's just like anything that feels really good. Pick your drug of choice, right? Be careful, because there's a lot of transitions that are really important for a much bigger portion of your life than just a romantic relationship. So keep it in its context. Ask me again once I complete this reading if you're asking for cards. King of Pentacles sideways. Yeah, it's more about the focus is on foundations. And it feels like on the other side of whatever this transformation, like, so when the inner stability comes in, the inner foundation, the external, whether that's with another person, a job, housing, right? Clearing out this stuff here. I think we're in a really important energetic cycle. Yeah. Oh, okay. So there we go. 9 of Pentacles reversed. It is not alone. It's like when you finally, like, spending, part of life, we judge ourselves for not successfully building foundations and having towers fall all the time. There you go, Tara. There's more tower conversation. Except all those crumbling foundations teach us to be, oh God. I'm going to say they teach us to be master masons. I don't know why I was about to say that. I'm not. Okay. But that's the thing. Is that where it came from? I have no idea. What did I just channel? I'm a little bit caught off guard by that. Anyways, so with the foundations, every failure is actually a point of mastery. And it's only when the final, like, the mastery occurs of the foundation, which is what's looking here, then everything else kind of comes on top of it. Like, your job is the foundation, right? We all think we have to work outside in, and it's showing, like, no, inside out, which common sense, but life on earth doesn't tend to remind us of that. So it's really easy to forget. Very interesting reading. That Fool on the front is really, it's like, it almost looks like he's jumping off a pile of gold coins, which is really interesting. A Lyran leap. Yeah, the moon reversed. Is that like secret money being revealed? Oh my gosh. Okay. I don't know who this is for. So we were talking about the, the metaphysical concepts of building an internal foundation, right? This looks like somebody might have a ton of money that's like bestowed on them. And it's like someone's literally been gatekeeping it from them because they didn't have their ducks in a row. And this could be, take a million different, it could be money, it could be, imagine some form of power. Because the pentacles are present, I'm going to assume it's money. Somebody's been watching this person. Been like, they're not fiscally responsible, they're emotionally dysregulated, they will blow through this as soon as they get it, right? That's what this feels like. I don't know, maybe it's the King of Swords. But somebody's been like, hit the pause button. So, I can't promise anybody that anything's going to show up. It just, if you're like, what's the point of doing the right thing and learning, to grow and evolve and be a better, more stable, maybe there's something on the other side of that. I don't know. Looking at this reading, maybe. But it could just be karmic too. I can never tell you what's going on with your financial situation. It's just, it's interesting. Oh, that's so funny. With that passionate energy, like your ex, like, you ever notice, like, when either you're about to start doing better or you are doing better, your exes show back up, right? It's not a test, but it also is a test. Oh my gosh. It's like you have to let go of everything you ever thought you wanted, like in your head, what you thought was right for you, to be able to get actually what everything that was truly meant for you. Like you can't even see your heart's desire as well as the divine can. You're like limited to saying like what's really good for you. And if you tie yourself to what's not good to you, you could miss that. Speaking of foundations, but I feel it's always a test. Well, I mean, we can say it's a test, but I mean, Thoth used to say this, right? He'd be like, as long as you believe this is a school and that there's going to be tests, so shall there be tests. Like, it's your reality, right? That's kind of his perspective. I don't know. I kind of look at it as more like just ocean waves. We just decide to come down here and surf to learn how to surf. Sometimes we feel like catching the wave. Sometimes we don't. We'll never know the joy of riding the wave unless we try. Stuff like that. I don't know. But I'm here. Might as well have some fun with it, right? All right, anything else we need to see here? Gosh, I love these readings. I feel like, I don't know. I kind of think more people should watch these readings because they have so many levels to them. They have their own special resonance that I don't really see other people kind of channel. It's weird. Maybe it's just not my time yet. I don't know. We'll see. All right.